everybody. This is If Yarn Could Talk with Vicky and Asia.
Hey.
I'm Vicky. I'm the owner of Island Yarn, and this is my daughter Asia.
Hello.
She runs our social media, does all the videos. She's amazing.
Yay.
She loves compliments. She takes them well. This is Chloe, who does take compliments well in the form of treats.
In the form of treats.
Yes.
Oh.
Please send treats. Chloe is starving. She loves to podcast. She loves it. Someday we're just going to leave it to Chloe. Someday when we have too much to do. I just think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys can watch her circle around this table and take a bath
treats.
and beg for treats. And see, she's very sweet.
She's a very good girl. Mooney
is, directing behind the camera as always.
As always. His paws are like this. Which is a really interesting stance for directing.
It's a good position though. Like he is behind the cameraman.
He is. He looks ready. He looks prepared even.
So it's fall officially. Like it's pretty darn chilly.
Yeah, it's cold.
I love it.
It's kind of cold.
I love it. Do you guys like it? Do you like fall or are you like summer people?
I like fall. It's just that I also like to wear cute things, and that's just impossible. It's it becomes more impossible the colder it gets.
I don't know. I think you dress pretty cute in the winter.
Yeah, but it's harder to.
I guess. I mean, you need more.
No, because I physically have to do it. And I don't want to do it when it's cold. I want to be in sweatpants and pajamas.
I understand. You just want the comfy element.
Yeah, because it's cold.
I mean, especially when it's a deep winter, I know you like to be cute, but I think anything goes, man. When it gets really cold, you put on whatever layers make you warm.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, you don't worry about whether it looks good or not. You just keep yourself warm.
I'll be very excited. In February, I'm going to Tulum.
Lucky dog. She's leaving me in February to go to a warm place, and I'll be stuck here in February of all months.
It's going to be good.
Yeah, that's torture. For Mom. Nice for you.
Yep.
Maybe I'll go somewhere too. So it's fall here. I can tell it's fall. I can tell in the store because everybody who walks in is clearly feeling those brisk mornings. A lot of blankets getting made. I think another 10 degrees or so, and it's gonna start to be that oh my god, I need mittens. That always happens.
Oh, I hate mittens.
People forget how cold their hands get, and it's just one day when it's really cold, everybody's I have to make mittens.
The mitten day.
Yeah.
Mitten.
I don't actually like mittens either, because
what can you do in a mitten?
You can walk.
But fingerless gloves, plenty. I literally have already made 2 pairs.
Yep. They are nice. I like fingerless gloves too.
I need my fingers free.
And especially if you're out in the cold, and you feel like you need mittens, if you're actually moving, if you're shoveling snow or something, at some point, your body just gets so warm that what you need is use of your fingers more than you need warmth, because everything's warm. You're warm. So it's fall here in New England, which means it's so pretty.
It's so pretty.
If any of you are close by and you haven't popped out to the store, 117 is so gorgeous this time of year.
Yeah. Definitely go to the store. Don't go to the White Mountains like everybody's been doing.
Oh. I had to drive.
Dangerously busy, apparently.
Oh.
Yeah.
I had to drive to New York this weekend, and I will say that the Thruway and the Turnpike were quite pretty. Although, weirdly, really pretty here. Really pretty when I got to Syracuse, and a little blah in between. The Berkshires were nice, but there was this section where it was all sort of yellowy green, and there wasn't any of that fiery reds and oranges, which I love.
Yeah, there's a really good one on my way to Panera.
Panera problem.
Yeah.
Just a single tree or a good view?
Yeah, no, it's a single tree. That's really good.
I love that.
Yeah.
Is it that really bright corally orangey?
Red. No, it's pure red. It's
nice.
Yeah.
so pretty. So yeah, it's all gorgeous around here, and I love fall. What are you working on, Asia?
I think a sweater. I've had this ball for a while. It's very pretty, and I don't know. I keep making small things, and I don't think that's going to utilize the proper prettiness of this gradient that I like.
Right.
So I think I'm going to do a sweater. So I think this is the back panel of a sweater.
Nice. Do you have more than one of those, or are you going to make it work just with...
Nope, we're going for it once again, as I do. Gonna see.
She got that from me.
And if not, maybe it'll turn into a blanket. Who knows?
I'm not the only fire sign in this house.
Hi. Oh my goodness, Moody just did the biggest yawn. He is quite bored of this section.
Yeah, the cats are like, move it along, humans. My lord.
Yeah, I know. They're like, can we get to the good part where you give us treats?
Want to know what I'm working on?
Yeah, what are you working on?
So this is going to be a very Advent box heavy episode. But I don't know if I talked about this last year, but you know, when I'm winding off the literal thousands of little balls for the Advent calendars, you know, it's not like it comes out perfectly. Like they have to be a certain amount. And so inevitably there's these little balls of leftover. And as I'm a yarn lover, I can't just throw them away. So I tend to just throw them all in a box, and then they become some stuff.
A mega Advent calendar.
Yeah, just like a crazy thing. Sometimes it becomes a pattern I release for like using up your ends and stuff. Sometimes it's not. This I might release, but it's going to be a long run. And these little crocheted flowers. See, aren't they cute?
Yeah, those are really cute.
Really cute. So I'm just making a bazillion of those, and then I'm going to crochet them together with black, I think. I wish I was a person who would like white with it, but I think black. So, yeah. And so,
good.
See,
Gosh.
I've got a whole bag of them going.
Director has come to be rude.
So, this is really fun. I don't know. I find something super gratifying about using little balls. It's just like, I don't know. Then you don't feel like you're wasting, and like you get through a ball of yarn really quick. So, you know.
Good for people who like color work, for sure.
Yeah, lots of colors. Yeah, it's really fun. I know, I like it. So, Chloe, do you want to know what's new in the store, Chloe?
Well, clearly she does.
No, I'd like to know what's new in this treat hiding place.
Yeah. She says, if it gets me the treats faster.
Right, whatever gets me the treats. I will pretend to love the yarn. So, we have 2 new yarns. Both are kind of sock yarns. This is pretty. This is Lance de Noord Paint Gradient Sock.
Oh.
Isn't that pretty?
Very pretty.
Yeah.
Oh, soft.
Yeah, soft.
Pretty soft.
So this is really nice sock yarn. And I think, like most of their skeins, I think there's a spot in there so that if you want your socks to match, you like finish the sock and then you wind off to the spot, and then you can make your socks match, which I don't. Bless you. I don't tend to care too much about exactly matching socks, but if you are a person who does, they usually give you a little guide.
Nice.
And then there's this stuff, which is really nice. This is LRA Color Magic.
Interesting.
Yeah. These are really fun. Huge yardage. So these would be great for socks or shawls or like lighter weight sweaters. They're like kind of a stripy, slow gradient. I'm kind of dying to get my paws into some of these.
I don't know why that green and kind of purpley one is
appealing.
It's appealing. I like looking at those kind of colors. You wouldn't think that like that kind of more swampy color would be up
you know, it's like a spring garden though, don't you think? I think it's the garden vibe.
Maybe.
And I mean, green and purple are always
green
pretty
and purple
together.
are always good, I guess. I guess that's probably it.
So yeah, those are both on the website if you want to check those out. We've gotten most of our new fall stuff in, except for Noro. we've gotten 0 of the new Noro yarns, which is very frustrating for a Noro lover like myself.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it just means we'll have something else to talk about in another podcast. So it's also sort of gifty season. I'm leading up to the advent box thing because that's like the big thing. It's sort of gifty season. It's only, I think, 10 weeks till Christmas.
I believe it'll technically be 9 by the time that this comes out.
9. Okay, so time is a ticking if you're a knitter. So we like to sort of feature sort of quicker to knit projects because some of you are very ambitious and are like, I'm gonna knit hats for every single person in my family. I'm gonna knit a scarf for every. So you need to get to it first of all. But also we like to feature some patterns that might aid that ambition.
Yeah, we wanted to give you guys some inspiration for the upcoming thousands of projects that all of you across the world will be doing.
Yep. So this is our Mason hat. I need to put a pom-pom back on this one.
I like how it would look if it was a pom-pom. I also like it now.
Yeah.
But I think that
I
it
think
would be
there was a
cute.
pom-pom on it, unless I was just hanging it in the store by this. Anyway, this is a really quick to knit. I think it's on 10 or 10 and a halves. It's actually a slightly older pattern of mine that went through this little metamorphosis because this was originally made with Juniper Moon Farm Moonshine Chunky.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Chloe. And then it got discontinued, and then I redid it holding Amatola Grande and a mohair together to kind of get the gauge and a different look because it was like a stripy cable then. And then they brought back Moonshine Chunky and called it Moonshine Bulky.
As they do.
Yeah. So look at that color, Asia.
Very pretty. That's the periwinkle that I love oh so much.
That color. I brought a couple home because why not? There's this pretty raspberry color.
Ooh.
There's some manly colors too. And the nice thing about this hat is it can be unisex because, oh God, it's a little bit of a sad season because so many women come in and they're like, oh, I want to make my husband a hat, a scarf, a blah, blah, blah. He wants gray.
What do we learn about gray on this podcast? On this show,
Don't make it for Asia.
what do we learn about gray? No.
This is another color. Isn't that pretty?
Yeah, that's pretty.
So even though this is called Moonshine Bulky, it is the exact same yarn as Moonshine Chunky was. So now you can make this hat again, and it's just one skein. And I'm telling you, you could probably bang this hat out in a night if you were sort of dedicated to it.
So this one's a good one for even closer to
It is.
the time.
It's not the chunkiest thing we have, and the cables will make it a little slower than just a quick chunky knit, kind of thing. But and I wanted to say for those of you, I don't know if you guys want a little brief cabling tutorial, but if you haven't cabled, cabling is so easy, and the gist of it is that you're just switching the order of the stitches around. So you'll see in a cable pattern slip 2 stitches onto a spare needle or cable needle, let them hang in the front, knit 2, then knit the 2 off those needles. So all you're doing is switching. You take these 2 off, you hang them here, you knit these 2, and then you knit these 2. So then they're crossed and you get your little cable.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all cabling is.
And we have a tutorial on it too.
Do we have one?
Cabling without needle.
Oh yeah, I did do a cabling without a cable needle because I don't like to use a cable needle unless I really have to, if it's a really wide or complex cable.
Yeah.
But it's really fun. This is all really simple cables. This little traveling cable is slip 2, purl 1, and then knit the 2. And then this is just a simple twist, just like the thing I just described to you. So these are all really, really easy cables. So yeah, you should give that one a go.
Yeah, I like the Mason hat.
Yeah.
Isn't there also a Mason howl?
There is a Mason howl. Yeah, good memory.
I found that in my research, as in, work. Research, work, whatever you would like to call it.
There is. I should have brought that home.
But there is
I
a
can
howl.
Yeah, there's a howl. If you don't remember what our howls are, they're little hats that there's eyelet and a string, so you can either pull them down and wear them as a cowl, or you can tie the string and wear them as a little hat.
I've heard a good few amount of people have been interested in it. I heard someone came in and told me about how a couple of her friends were obsessed with the howls during the crawl.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Oh, nice. Yeah, the howls are fun.
Howls are fun.
I
even made one, didn't I?
You did? You did the crochet
really
version.
Tight one.
Really tight one.
It was really tight. It could stand up like on its own.
Yeah. It was pretty though.
It was very pretty. It was very tight.
Crochet version of our howl for Noro.
I think we put it in the podcast, and I think I was cackling endlessly at it. But it was one of my first crochet projects.
I mean, that was good. She made a sample for me.
Yeah. A sample in which you had to swatch because it was so tight that others would not get the same result.
I did have to adjust the numbers a little because the amount she had to cast on for her head and her tight knitting was like 20 or 30 stitches more than what other people would.
You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It's not a problem. I had somebody just in today, and she felt like it was like a personal defeat that she had to go up a needle size because she was a tight knitter. And it's not. It's all fine, guys. However you knit is how you knit. The important thing is to get the right size.
Yeah, go by measurements.
Yeah, go do your little swatch. Ha ha ha. I haven't said that in a while. I know you're still not doing them. It's okay. But yeah, it's not a personality flaw if you're a very loose or a very tight knitter. It's just how you knit.
Yeah.
And crochet. Weirdly, I am quite a tight crocheter. Not like this one, but I'm a pretty tight crocheter and a really loose knitter.
That's interesting.
Yeah. And I couldn't care less. I just adjust. So, there you go.
Yeah, guys. Adapt to your surroundings.
And adapt to yourself. Like, you're good knitters and crocheters, so you don't have to be beholden because the pattern says H hook. Like, use whatever works. So, the last thing before we get to the Advent craziness is we picked our winner for our grand prize basket from the Greater Boston Yarn Crawl. It was Amanda Kay. She actually already came in and picked it up today. She was so adorable and excited.
Yay!
Yeah, and I think maybe she's an art teacher, so she seems like a very worthy person to have gotten the basket.
There we go.
Yeah, awesome. Okay, so it's Advent season.
Well, not quite. Like, it starts on December.
It's Advent season for us, because we're in heavy-duty prep time, so that you can have a proper Advent season starting December 1st.
Tiny balls of yarn everywhere. Everywhere.
Yeah, I see them in my sleep, like when I go to sleep, you know, like when you
go to sleep.
When you were... I go to sleep!
And you see...
Tiny balls of yarn.
balls of yarn.
Tiny balls and tiny boxes. Tiny boxes. Oh, look at your toes. I would rather see these toes. So today we released our 3 new patterns for this year's Advent box. There's like a funny glitch with the download, so this is kind of a surprise. I haven't said this before. I'm actually going to put a code on the print patterns that you get in the box so that you can get the download for all the patterns that we've done, which will be 8 patterns. And the greatest thing about the Advent patterns, besides the fact that they're just like really fun, is that they're really good stash busters. So when you guys have all these little stupid ends of yarn and you don't want to throw them away because you're like me, you could just like...
Whoa. Yarn overboard.
Yarn overboard. You could just grab one of those Advent patterns and knit it with all your little balls.
That's true. I was actually thinking that exact thing when I was making the post for it. I was like, wait.
Yeah.
Wait.
And you don't have to have 24. You know, you could have some bigger balls and like alternate them, or you could
have 56.
Or you could have 56.
I don't know where I got that number. It's not doubled.
It's not doubled.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So you could have 56 little balls of yarn.
You could.
You could have 24. You could have 4.
You could have 4. You could have less.
Yeah, you could have one color changing that sort of alternates in because it'll be different colors. But yeah, they're really good stash busting projects. So
you can also just do them in solid colors if you want to be.
Some of them wouldn't really like show the patterns at all. Like you'd want at least 2, I think, to alternate most of them. So I'm going to show you the old ones first because Asia came in to take new pictures the other day, and somehow we found them all.
Yeah, we did.
If you come into our store, you know that's a miracle because in fact there's about a bazillion samples, so finding any particular one can be a challenge.
Yeah.
Okay, so old ones first, and then I'll show you the new ones. This one is from last year. I should have reviewed the names. I can't remember what the names were. But this has sort of like leafy waves. It's a long bias scarfy shawl.
It's very nice. It's quite long.
It is long.
So you can like double wrap it, or you can...
Yeah, and if you were doing a stash buster of this and you wanted it more of a shawl, thank you, Chloe. Yes, do you like it?
She loves it.
You could keep going, you could go back the other way. Do you remember what that one's called?
No, I don't know the names of any of them.
I don't know. They're all in the download, guys. I think I know what I'm naming the new ones, but I'm not going to say it. This was from the first year. I think this was called the Celebration Scarf.
That sounds correct.
Yeah, and this is like a little boing, 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 little horizontal sort of ribbed look.
And it's got like this like fringy kind of
Yep.
bottom.
I saved the little ends and did fringe, which I don't tend to love fringe, but it's actually pretty good on here.
I like it.
You like fringe in general? Or
no,
just
I
on
like
here?
it on there.
On there. Mm-hmm. I'll just dress up Chloe in them.
Yeah. She likes scarves.
She does. This is called, I think, the Garland Cowl. This is from the first year, too. This one was really fun.
Yeah, that one's nice.
Yeah, this was with, obviously, a neutral box. This one, I think, was a jewel box.
Yeah, I think that also checks out. This one, I like it's very thick because it's like one of the ones that's a tube.
Yeah.
So I like the thickness of it.
I do love my tube cowls, as you'll see when we do the new ones.
Yeah.
This was our first crochet one last year. This one needs to be reblocked because it got a little curly because I am a tighter knitter. I mean a tighter crocheter. I should probably do another one of these on a bigger hook. But this one's really fun. It's kind of a slip stitch situation so all the colors get drawn into. I really like that with the colors. I kind of like just plain stripes sometimes, but I really like when the colors like come into the others and play.
Mm-hmm. There's also a little fringe at the end of this one.
Yeah, it's sort of how I build the boxes with that in mind. This is self-fringing. This I didn't add any to. You just start and you leave a tail. You go to the other end and you leave a tail because there's only one long row per day on this one.
I kind of love that.
Yeah, that's pretty fun. I think I have a rainbow version of that one too. Let's see. That was a surprise me. Surprise me box.
Also, since it's easier to stop mid-row in crochet than it is in knitting.
Right. So this is, oops.
As long as you don't lose your crochet hook.
Good job. You just undressed.
The other day, I think it was when you were finishing one of the new Advent things.
Mm-hmm.
I think in like the span of like 20 minutes, you said like, "Where's my hook?"
Mm-hmm.
About 5 times. And at one point it was in her pocket, so that was kind of handy. That's kind of like one of those spots that's like, I'm gonna put it there because it's safe, and then you don't find it for 3 months.
I was like, okay, this always falls like you're sitting on the couch and it slips underneath you or falls on the floor or whatever. And I absolutely thought like, oh, I'll put it in my pocket. Aren't I clever?
It was so clever. And then 2 seconds later, she was like, "Here is it."
How's my hook?
She's like, "Chloe, is it under you?"
I know you all feel this. I always blame Chloe because she hides my stuff.
Mooney was fully sitting on my phone the other day, and I was like, where is it? And it was just under his little butt.
Did you do the find your phone and then Mooney started making noise?
No, eventually he got up and it was there. But it is funny when it vibrates them like that.
She's so patient.
Of course she's so patient.
So this is a rainbow box of the crochet scarf from last year. I really liked making that scarf, so I made 2.
Yeah, that one's nice. I like the rainbow version of it. Did you do this one in a larger hook? It almost seems like maybe you were less stressed.
Maybe, because I think I did this one after I sort of did all the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, it was sort of like the fun one I did, not the like, oh my god, I have so many little balls to wind.
Yeah, it feels a little less.
A little looser.
Tight.
Yeah. And last but not least, before the new ones, this one I really love too. This is based on our Vines hat. So this is the Vines. It's a giant cowl, and you can either use it as a cowl or it's so big you can sort of wrap it around and use it as a circular shawl. But this one also slip stitches, brings all the yarns into like all the others. I really love this one. It's like Monet to me.
It's very pretty.
I could make this one like when I'm old and senile, just give me little balls of yarn and I'll just make this constantly, okay?
Got it.
Okay. She's like, I got it on my schedule for next week.
Be a little longer. Maybe a few more weeks.
A few more weeks. So those are all of the previous patterns that you'll get with the download code on the printed pattern cards. We send printed patterns in the box. But now we have the new ones.
We do. I really like the new ones too.
I do too, and I have to tell you, there's always one I kind of hate. Like, I don't know what it is, just making 3. There's always one that I'm like, and other people like it, so I put it out. You know, I usually make the people who hang out in the store sort of judge it, and if they're all like, no, I really like it, then I'll put it out. But this year I did a crochet one, and it was really cool in theory. I'm sure you've made things like this.
Oh yeah.
Really cool in theory. It was just totally stupid and impractical in reality. So
As it goes.
So I ripped that one out and did a whole redesign, and now I absolutely love the crochet one, and I already like the 2 knitted ones, so.
Awesome.
Yeah. Which one should we do first?
I think we should save the crochet one for the last.
She thinks it's the grand finale.
I think it's a grand finale type
Okay, I'll do this one
conversation
first, because
there.
it's probably, this one I put together because it is for, I'm already wearing a scarf. It is for those of you who really think you're not going to have any time.
I
in
really
December.
like this one.
Yeah, it's really squishy. You
So
actually
squishy.
end up using the yarns doubled. So literally, if you can pour yourself a cup of tea and have 10 minutes a day, you'll be able to make this one throughout December.
Yeah.
And then have this super yummy, chunky, snuggly scarf.
And this one that's like in the neutral box, I really like these colors with it actually.
Yeah.
Not always, there's even some gray in there. God forbid.
There is a little gray in there.
But I really like it. It like all melts together quite nicely.
Yeah.
And
I think this one would be really cool in rainbow too.
yeah, really cool in rainbow as well.
Because then you would get like a really cool gradient of them.
Yeah.
You have a funny look on your face. Is it
I'm looking
Mooney?
at Mooney.
Oh, it's Mooney. So that's the first knit one. This is the second knit one. This is a little bit revisiting, I guess, the garland cowl, but it's a lot more slip stitchy. And isn't it fun? So
Yeah.
pretty.
Also thick and nice because of the tube aspect.
The tube. Yeah, I didn't actually block this, which you can probably tell, but yeah, it's really fun. And this is a surprise me box. The richer kind.
Yes, because there's 2.
There are 2
Surprises
surprise
now.
me boxes, and people are really going for the richer one this year.
Nice.
Kind of surprised me. Although, also the jewel box. The jewel box is always the big winner.
Yeah, the jewel was a great addition. The jewel box was added last year, correct?
Yeah, I think so.
Still on its hype.
I mean, it's jewel tones. Who doesn't love jewel tones?
People that can't see them.
Oh.
I guess.
Well, that's sad.
But maybe they still like them.
They might still like them.
Because
I do feel like even people who are quite colorblind will say that their favorite color is blue, which is, of course, a jewel tone.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
So the crochet one is cool because it can be what I'm going to show you, but it can also be sewn 2 different ways to make it into a poncho or to make it into a scarf if you just want a scarf. So are you ready? This is the big reveal.
It's the big one. Chloe says I'm gonna actually be right in the middle of it. Da 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 da!
Da, da, da.
This is really cool.
Yeah, so this is obviously a little croppy shirt.
I liked it. I like it a lot.
I knew it
nice.
would look so good on her. Yeah, I might have to make her one in non-neutral colors, although this one looked really good on her. But
I also liked that one.
Yeah.
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 It was really pretty.
So I know for you ladies who are not young and gorgeous like Asia, you you might think, oh, a crop top, great. So you can make it into a poncho, or you can make it into a scarf, or you can get either another box, or you could go stash diving and make. Can you hold that side for a second?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can make 4 more squares, 2 for the front and 2 for the back, and make it more like tunic length. Because I don't wear crop tops.
I love crop tops. I'm wearing one correct.
It would be adorable on Asia, but it would not be adorable on me. I am kind of tempted, actually, to make one.
A longer one?
Yeah, for me.
It'd be probably cool.
Yeah. Maybe after I'm done with all the work of Advents, maybe that'll be my fun.
Maybe.
So yeah, those are 3 patterns.
They're really good.
Yeah. Fun, exciting times.
Advent.
It is exciting. I will say the Advents are so very much work to put together, but I just love how cute everybody is about it. I have 2 women, I think they're sisters, but they might just be friends, and they get them for each other, I believe, and then they Zoom every day and open them up and see what each other got, because I think they get different colors, and then they do their little rows while they chat, so they get to connect every day. Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
Yeah, that's very adorable.
Because they live quite far away, but what a nice way to have a little downtime in December and connect with your favorite person, your favorite knitter person.
Connect.
Logging
on with education connection. Anyway.
Is this the more you know sort of situation?
Yeah. Yeah, similar.
Okay.
That was a really good comparison, actually.
Okay. Yeah, so it's Advent season, and I also love, you're technically supposed to start it on December 1st and open a box every single day and do it until December 24th. But I have a lot of very naughty knitters who, the moment they get the box in their hot little hands, they just make the whole thing, and 3 days later they come in and they're like, look! And I also love them. It's so hilarious. And then there's naughty cats that steal the boxes. I love that too.
Oh, yes.
There's just nothing about it that I don't love. It's hilarity and hijinks, and it's just sweet. I love it.
It's good to repurpose the little gifts. We actually did a whole video on it last year of repurposing the little boxes.
We should repost that in December when we're too busy to podcast.
Yeah, so look forward to that.
Yeah.
But again.
Alrighty. So all we got to do is figure out what these yarns would say, Asia. Mine says, I love to walk on a winter beach. This is the thing with me in Asia, is that I love freezing cold, blustery beaches. In Scotland. I love that. I really like it. Obviously, I'm not a swimsuit wearer. I like to be bundled up and feel the misty ocean wind, and it's great. It's bracing. Asia does not.
No.
What do you like, Asia?
To be in the water and for it to be 80 degrees.
Yeah.
And for there to be soft sand, and for me to be able to play in the sand and not feel like I'm getting it into 1,000 different clothings layers.
Clothings.
Because if I was on a beach where it was windy and blusty and I was bundled up, that would be worse than getting snow. You know when you're shoveling or like you're sweeping off your car and like a little snow like goes into your boot and then gets into your sock or like into the back of your sweater. I feel like that would be like somehow worse to get sand all up in there. So yeah, I think I'll stick with my warm beaches in my Tulum in February.
Okay. I mean, I'll just go to Scotland without her next time.
No, that's okay. This one, I think it's like saying like, get me some toast.
Toast.
It's giving like toast with jam on it.
Okay.
To me.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
Get me some toast.
Get me some toast.
That's a weird thing for
like,
Yarn to say.
You know, listen, every time my mouth opens to do one of these, I never know what's going to happen. So,
I know.
That wasn't the worst.
We're not scripted, guys. Could you tell? Oh, and now we must know that it's someone's favorite time.
Others' favorite time.
Been waiting for so long, so patient and sweet.
And then I will put this not on the table.
Maybe your tea as well.
Maybe my tea as well.
Because we know somebody especially gets a little aggressive about it.
I think we could have said that about either one of them.
Yeah, but that one...
This one runs around the entire place. He's not even on here. This one, look at her.
He like nosedives for things.
He does nosedive. Maybe she's the passive and he's the aggressive.
So it's cat treat time. We got anything else to say during this? Oh, that's a lot.
That was a lot. We could have probably shared this.
That's okay. They're really good cats, guys.
Mooney. Look at Mooney. All right, let's see if we can get him on the table this time.
You're silly.
Mooney. Oh. And there she goes.
Chloe's like, this is awesome when Mooney doesn't figure it out.
It's not that hard to understand. Look at Mooney. Look where it's going. Oh my god, he literally looked in the opposite direction of where this just went. You know, sometimes he has the brain cell, and sometimes he doesn't.
Well, that's pretty much all we have for this week.
Mooney.
Next time, I think it'll be Halloweeny.
Oh,
maybe just
yeah.
after Halloween, right? Oh gosh, we'll be like 2 days before the election or something.
I think we can focus on Halloween. That's okay.
It'll be after Halloween when we post it, though.
That's okay. It can still be Halloween. It's still scary, right?
It is still scary. It's very scary. All right. Well, that's all we got. Chloe's here to sign off.
Chloe's here to sign off. Not Mooney. He's elusive. Sorry, guys.
If you like the video, give a little thumbs up.
Yeah. Subscribe to the channel if you like it.
Last week, our tutorial was on the pockets on the Roseburn sweater, so if you read through those and found them confusing, then that'll sort of help you visualize it a little bit with a little tiny pocket. And yeah, we'll see you in a couple weeks.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.